I don't think any of you would disagree when I say this raid is hard, but luckily I have gotten down the 101 to instant base repair. Hey everyone, Derpy here, and welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. I think it's important to note that this target is hard. I've done about 20 of them so far, although this is my first attempt recording for the sub 25 minute. Last time I just hit this, I got an 11-minute target but did not record it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you a few techniques to get this down for instant base repair. It might take some practice. You might have to watch these sections again. I'm using a Steelhead crew. Other crews that would help include the Sea Serpent as well as Silent Hunters for combat speed, and then Sea Serpents obviously for the evade. Just getting started, what you want to do is start and kill that first gate and the other distracting buildings. Don't worry about these two yet, you'll get them later. Find the first turret to kill, which is this one right here. You can outrange this. Make sure you go ahead and stop all your ships together for a few seconds before you start moving. You want them to all be stacked and moving at the same combat speed, and if they're stopped for slightly different durations of time, that's going to be a problem. The next thing you're going to do is actually to kill this radioactive, or I keep calling it radioactive because it has a red ring around it, this corrosive turret right here. For this, you need to make sure you are at the very edge, but it's important that you're on sort of the bottom half of the edge right here. Otherwise, you'll hit the silo right here with your initial alpha strike with your heavy weapon, which takes a lot longer to reload. So what I'm going to do is move towards the bottom of the turret right here, not in range of any of these other missiles and stuff like that yet, but just down towards the bottom, which means when I move towards this particular red turret that I just clicked on, I'm going to be hitting this one first before the silo or anything else. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to move in about half the length of my range ring and then duck back out to the right. I'm going to take a few shots from the missile turret, but I'm not really worried about that one. All I want to do is make sure I don't get in range of the white turret. This sounds pretty complicated, and honestly it is, but if you practice it a few times, you can pull it off. Just keep in mind that you are going to get damaged by some of this stuff when you're practicing, and the short range turret definitely hurts. In any case, let's go ahead and duck in here, see what we can do, grab this guy, shift click, and keep moving away, and we have things killed. Now you did see I took a few shots, a few of these MDS-3 shot and hit my flagship. They should shoot at a different ship next time. There is some King Killer present in this target. Now what I want to do is kind of move into this one dead zone right here, close to the missile turret. Ideally I hit the missile turret first because it's actually the one shooting at me, and then I can kill the short range one. That's great, and that's probably the most technically difficult part of this target other than the finish on the Strider. Next up is going to be another radioactive turret. Just go ahead and make sure you're parked exactly where I am at the very top and stop for about 3 seconds until you see a green ring appear on the outside of the ship, which you've just seen. Once this appears, go ahead and move forward. You don't want to be turning too much, and you want to have your very edge of your range hit this turret right here. You want to keep moving the entire time just so you don't take corrosive damage. You need to use the speed boost from stopping because you want to reduce damage, and you can do that by outrunning the projectiles. Next up, just go in and kill this missile turret. Ideally, you would hit it before it fires that second volley. I didn't quite manage that there, and of course, evade helps against that. As you can see at this point in the target, the damage is pretty evenly spread across my ships, again because of King Killer. The next prison guard is a little tricky. You want to make sure that as soon as it starts moving, you can stop and charge up your reload, or your speed boost. Right here, start moving. I started moving just before he fired, which means that everywhere he shot was right behind me. He missed and should have done 0 damage to me. The next cluster is pretty easy. All you want to do is click the red turret so you know where its range is, and get into range of these UAVs, this directional turret which you're far away from. Take these guys down. Sprints are great to get shooting at these. MDS-3s don't work, Gales don't work. Sprints are fantastic though, as I said, at taking them down. Go ahead and zoom up towards the right side of the target, all the way up, kill the corrosive range turret here. You can just barely get that one in range. It's not that hard to do. Make sure you shoot at that a few times and stop long enough for your heavy built-in weapon to reload. Then I'm going to run in a straight line right here where my mouse is moving. Skirt the outside of this guy's range. He should only actually fire once or twice before he's taken down 3 times, but pretty close. The next thing is a pair of turrets. One of these is the red one, and one of them is a white one. Find the spot where they intersect and stay just outside that. At this spot right here, you should be able to don't rush into it yet until you get in. Oh, dang it, I messed up there. What I was trying to say was don't rush into its range, into the red one, until you outrange and kill the white one. It's, again, not that hard, but I messed up on this one for some reason. Anyway, if you have that happen, get out of range and then just kill this red one as quickly as possible. What you should do is kill the white one in this exact position I'm in. I was a little bit too far to the right. And when you've reloaded completely, get ready to shoot at the red one and charge right past it. Again, it will fire once or twice, maybe 3 times behind you. Go ahead and release the guards if you like. These little draconian guys, they don't really do anything. Now we have the harder part of the target. This is going to be the Strider. Stop just outside its range ring right here and charge up completely for 3 seconds until you see this green ring, and then move forward towards the very center. Once you're in the very center, you should take no damage. Your retreat bar should not have changed. You're going to jump a little bit to the right. Stop as soon as this guy starts moving, this Neiman or the prison guard, and as soon as it's about to fire at you, start moving first. I go directly towards him. Maybe sideways is better. You can't really do that as easily in this particular area though. What you want to do is have all of his shots hit behind you. Then go ahead and line yourself up with the Strider directly into the gap right here, and wait till you're charged up, move forward right here into his ring, and you can even keep going if you're very, very centered and hit the missile turret here, get inside its minimum range and kill it, hopefully before it fires off 1 or 2 volleys. That's an almost perfect run. I made just that one mistake down here with these corrosive turrets, but let's go ahead and check the damage, the battle report, and the build, and see if we got base repair. Looks like damage is mostly penetrative. I would be inclined to say that a Sea Serpent's crew would be much more helpful than, say, a Steelhead's crew, but I still happen to run Steelheads, which I guess was useful for that tiny slice of corrosive damage I was forced to take. Total repair time is 13 minutes and 11 seconds. I will go ahead and go back to base just to show you the build so you know that it's actually instant repair on every single one of these. I'll discuss the X1 upgrade too since my first video because that has changed just the slightest bit, and long story short, it's now worth doing. So the flagship is built like a damaged ship, same as the the flagship is built as a damaged ship, same as the standard ones, 2 of each armor, maybe could be more penetrative, which is funny because in my build video I guessed it would be more corrosive. Turns out whatever way I guess the armor, it's always the other one. Anyway, there's the flagship right here. Its damage actually looks like it's less, but it's 52.2 million health. These other ones are also 52.2 million health. In any case, I have 1, 2, 3 damage ships, all built the same exact way. The second ship right here has 4 sprints on it and has the Praetorios defense special instead of penetrative battery 3. Note that on all the ships, I'm using the Obsession missile system, the bottom right special, instead of the liquid fire warheads. I think that the projectile speed is helpful and is nice, but it's kind of a wash. You could do perfectly fine using liquid fire warheads because you'll be doing much more damage to these buildings. There's like 2 ships in the target, or you can do what I've done. I'm not going to change it. I'm a little bit too lazy, and of course, I do like the plus 75% projectile speed. In any case, I do have 1 ship up to X1. This will have taken the least damage. I got this one up to X1 with 5 days of tokens from the TLC, and of course the others are going to be pretty close to that repair time too. X1 should have less repair time unless it happened to take the previous hit from the missile, and X1 is helpful now. The ships are no longer going to split apart. Kixeye has fixed that, which I am very thankful for. And there is the level 101 for instant repair. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. And better yet, share this with your alliance too so they can see how to do the 101 for instant base repair. I want to give a huge thank you to the channel members whose names appear on the end screen now. They're helping keep the channel running and are why I can provide things like the build stock. If you find that doc or these videos helpful and want to support, you can click the join button on YouTube. As always, and until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.